Welcome to Movie Reedviews with me, Cody Reed. This review's for Poltergeist, the 2015 remake of the original from the 80s. It's directed by Gil Kenan, it stars Sam Rockwell, Rosemarie DeWitt, and Jared Harris. Now this review's probably going to be a little shorter because of two reasons. One, there's not much to talk about, and two, my voice has been attacked by a poltergeist, and I have a little bit of a cold or some kind of sore throat, so I do apologize. But anyway, this movie is just like the original. It's about this family where they move into this new house and something seems to be a little off. For one instance, you have the littlest girl who is talking to no one in her closet, or she's staring at the static TV and she's like talking to these spirits that are in this TV. So eventually the parents go away for an evening and these spirits, this poltergeist, starts to attack the kids, and it eventually takes the littlest kid, Madison, and takes it into this other realm. So this family has to enlist the help of some experts, including this TV personality dude who is familiar with spirits and ghosts, and they figure out that it's basically a poltergeist who took the child, and a poltergeist is like a louder kind of entity, like louder than ghosts. It makes noises and it's like causing ruckus and mayhem, and so they have to go and get the little girl back. And yeah, that's pretty much exactly like the old movie, the original, and that's because it is. It's like a remake, but they don't do anything else to change the movie itself. Now, since it's supposed to be a horror movie, let's get to that aspect of it. It's not really scary, at least it wasn't to me. There was a lot of CGI in this movie when you compare it to the first one where it was more practical effects a lot of the times. Not the whole movie, but this one relies more on CGI. You could tell it's like a computer-generated tree. There's this computer-generated squirrel, and it's just kind of weird like that. A lot of the scenes are also in the daytime, so, that doesn't really help for a horror movie. There was, there were a few different creepy scenes, including one with these clown toys that are basically moving, like you would pan over and you'd see like the clown just barely like sitting down or like moving over here just right at the last split second. And that part creeps me out because clowns are creepy. Like I mentioned though, it's pretty much an exact remake of the original. It doesn't do anything to differentiate itself from the original. Whereas you have Cinderella, which came out earlier this year. It was pretty much an exact remake of the cartoon version, but at least that was cartoon to live action with like real people. This one was just an exact remake with real people, but this time it used more CGI effects, and the original was so classic. So I don't really know why they made this other than to make money, but there was no other real reason to make this because the original was so good, and you didn't do anything to differ this one from the original. That's all I really have to say on the movie, plus my throat is killing me. So, if you're on the fence, just expect something not super scary. I mean, kids and teenagers might still find it scary, especially if they haven't seen the original. I mean, go and see this if you can't really remember the original, if you don't mind some extra CGI effects. But just for a better overall movie itself, go watch the original. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It was just like an average movie. It wasn't bad necessarily, but it didn't do a lot to distinguish itself from the original. Some CGI was but the performances were good, and there were a few creepy moments, but overall it didn't really scare me, so 2.5. You know the drill. Make sure to subscribe to my Movie Reedviews YouTube channel. That way you could get updates on my other reviews. And then also, make sure to send me some emails at moviereedviews@gmail.com. I love talking about movies. Thanks so much for watching this Movie Reedview.
Roz here. I'm always watching the family, just like the Poltergeist. I give it 4 out of 7 scares.